Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Reverse the Verse. This is Friday, August 14th, 2015.
If you're going to assassinate the president, you have to make that sound believable.
What?
I don't know.
I'm one of your community managers, Jared Huckabee. Hello, this is your other community manager, Mr. James Pugh, the OG. This is our associate marketing producer, Alyssa DeHotel, and our director of community engagement and online strategy and spaceships, Mr. Ben Lesnick.
Hey, everybody. First RTV in 2 weeks. We are very happy to be back.
Yes.
We've got a lot to talk about. We had an amazing time in Germany. And we're very glad to see a lot of you out there.
Yes. So, week in review. Technically, it's 2 weeks in review.
2 weeks in review, yep.
All right. So, let's go back to... Let's start on Wednesday. Wednesday, we all got on airplanes. And flew 12 hours to Germany.
Oh, the first 4 hours of our flight was turbulence, and the stewardesses or the flight attendants were jerks. They were so mean.
They were straight up.
Yeah. Do you hear that, Air Berlin? I'm shaking a fist at you.
I was sitting there with my window closed, and the lady walked up and just pushed my window, leaned over us just to push our window up. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, to give you an idea how bad the turbulence was, it was supposed to be a 9-hour and 54-minute flight, and it took 12 hours.
Yep.
So that's how much they had to divert to deal with the turbulence.
I wanted to die.
It was not a great flight.
The flight back was okay,
But
though.
what was great was the volunteers who met us at the airport with a banner and everything. Where's the banner?
Go grab the banner.
Okay.
Yes, we finally made it to the airport a day later because of the time zones.
So the first time I went to Germany for Gamescom 3 years ago, you fly to Dusseldorf, and I would say I had the single most terrifying experience of my life involving a cab. My driver actually stopped the cab at 2 points to try and fight with people who he thought were too slow ahead of him. So we were not looking forward to that part of the trip, and the volunteers were there with their cars. It was fantastic. We were very lucky.
They were miserable.
Yes, big shout out to Craban,
Eddie.
Oh my gosh.
Rune. Zane.
Zane.
Kaji.
There was a lot of names.
Yeah. If you watch ATV, we put a scroll, and I think we still missed one, possibly. So if we did, we apologize.
Yeah,
but thank you guys. And Germany was just wonderful, beautiful there. We worked pretty much every hour we were there. We got the presentation done. You saw that. We had a good time, and we think most of our backers did too. It was very, very hot, which was unfortunate. Probably lost 12 pounds and
actually,
like that.
I know exactly how much I lost because we had a scale here because we had to weigh the bags. There's a scale around the corner, and I stepped on it before we left for the airport, and I stepped on it when we got back, and I lost 7 pounds in Germany.
I lost 5.5 in Germany.
Probably all water weight.
Yep.
I gained 2.
Yeah, we drank a lot of beer, so I'm surprised that I actually lost weight.
I drank 1 beer. So.
I drank no beers.
I drank
so many beers.
Yes.
So it was great. As excited as we were to see citizens and backers, we were also incredibly excited to meet a lot of our colleagues in the UK. Ali, Patrick, Michael, they were just fantastic people.
Patrick is a machine. Dude.
God, he's our own personal Thor.
Yeah, Patrick and Sandy worked the booth every day and did the presentation. I can't believe they were up for that. Ali and Michael, just such cool people. We want to hang out with you guys again soon.
I didn't get to hang out with them at all. Ali and Michael, I'm sure you're probably cool people. I miss you.
They were really cool.
Yeah.
They were totes cool.
Yeah, they're bundles of energy
Yes.
that
So
kept
much
us
energy.
going when we were all dying.
None of our natural American cynicism or laziness.
Yes, I went to Germany and drank no beer. I drank no alcohol of any kind. I don't drink.
I do.
So, James drinks enough for both of us.
And I'm just bad at it. Just couldn't get a strawberry limerita over there.
That Kolsch beer, man, that was,
Oh,
that
God.
was legit.
Yeah, I need to go to a Bevmo and see if I can find some of it.
Yes, they brew their own beer in Cologne. It's called Kolsch. And anytime... they actually have a thing where... did you do the thing with the coaster?
No.
Okay, so they will automatically just refill your Kolsch beer nonstop until you put your Kolsch coaster on top of your glass.
Damn.
So if your glass is there and you don't put and you have an attentive waiter anyway, or waitress, and you don't cover your glass, they will just continuously refill your Kolsch. So they're very proud of their beer in that town.
By the way, Matt's here.
Matt Sherman!
Hey, Matt.
Yay!
Hi guys.
All right, Alyssa, what are you chewing?
I was chewing gum, but I just spit it up.
No gum in class.
I have plenty to share with the class.
You got no class!
That is totally true, actually.
Hi, Discolando. I am the annoying French cutlass guy from Gamescom. Hello.
Hello.
You weren't annoying.
Bonjour.
Nobody was annoying.
Oh, that's not true.
Well, nobody that I encountered was annoying. Let me tell you how surreal it was, because this is my first event with you guys. Weirdest experience of my life, having people come up to me at the table and ask me for an autograph and a picture. So bizarre. I
You
am
never get used to it.
no.
I hope you don't. I hope nobody gets. I feel like.
I don't want to get used to that. I told my husband about it, and he was really excited. And then him being the amazing sarcastic human being that he is, he was like, "That's how it feels for me too," because he actually does have a fan base because he's been on TV. Woo!
Don't tell your mom, because then she'll question why.
Are you able to get me one of those two robot masks?
All right, then we came back.
no, I
We came
did
back
that.
from Germany, and James put together that lovely recap post.
Thank you,
You
James.
saw? We had to fight with YouTube over the thumbnails for our videos for a couple days.
Maybe
It was
other
really
people
weird.
Use YouTube like a lot. Are they like messing up, man? Like it seems like there's a lot of thumbnail issues.
And,
for YouTube, that I'm not
Yeah, and
using.
basically just putting everything back together after Gamescom. So,
It's been a week process.
hi Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
Chelsea! We are sorry you could not be with us in Germany because the original plan was to have Chelsea and Travis there with us, and that would have been great. We miss you, Chelsea.
Probably would have been bad for me though.
What? Because drinking with Chelsea and
Yeah.
Travis.
Yeah, I probably would not have made it.
James is a machine. There was Thursday night. He stayed up quite late, and then I had to I don't know how he did it, but he had an hour of sleep, and then woke up drunk, and still made it through all of Friday, which was like a 22-hour day or something. Didn't complain once. It was amazing. Mad respect.
For whoever I saw that just said, good job, Lando, thanks for the stream, 0 crashes. That actually is not me. That was Alyssa de Hotel, who made sure we had the internet that was necessary at the event, and Mr. Tom Hennessy, who actually ran the live stream. So switching between cameras and running our live streaming box was Mr. Hennessy that night. So I actually had nothing to do with the live stream this year. Oh, I recorded the video, the counter thing that you saw for the first hour. That was all me. But but she was responsible for the bandwidth. He was responsible for running it, and they did a wonderful job. No crashes.
Yeah, we're not sure what happened to the live stream right at the end when we were talking about, because it cut out right at the end, but we were just talking about CitizenCon. That was it.
No.
But I think that was a Twitch problem and not an internet problem.
Yeah.
No, the internet was still good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the internet was golden.
Yeah. The audio was done by the AV company. We, well, if you're not going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all. We're
That's not
We're working
how
on
to
it.
say
No. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can't see. I can't see chat. So.
what else we got going on?
If I can see web chat, not Twitch chat.
No, okay, without going too far into it, there are two switchers. There's the switching between the cameras and the presentation, and then there's the switching within the presentation between the 10 computers. Hennessy was switching between the cameras and the presentation, and then our nervous German friend was switching between the computers. So it's complicated.
Oh,
By the way, that was a nine-player live demo. How
Yeah.
insane is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was 10, but we could only show 9. One of the computers refused to output the second video signal, but it was still active in the demo.
Yeah, I haven't seen a live demo with that many people on stage before done by anyone. I mean, it could have been done, but I haven't seen it, so super impressed by everybody. Also, Lando, somebody says they want to run their fingers through your beard.
It'd get tangled.
I don't like it.
How's his chin feel? Is he have a strong
He
chin or
doesn't
no?
have a chin.
No,
I just
it's,
think-
it's all hair
Yeah.
that turns itself into a person.
There's no purpose to this. That someday I'm just going to shave it. It's just going to be random. I'm just going to come in one day and be clean shaven. So it could be tomorrow. It could be weeks from now. So
We
I'll
should
let you
come
guys
in
guess.
tomorrow.
No, I shouldn't. I'm not going to come in tomorrow. But I did want to say, Ben talked a little bit about this in ATV. For the 2 weeks everybody was working around, there was talk, maybe we should, when we were struggling with the multi-crew demo, maybe we should pre-record a thing and whatnot. Chris was always very adamant, this has to be a live demo. We have to show that this is real gameplay and whatnot. And if you needed a way to fall in love with Star Citizen, the company, all over again, you just have to watch Chris push everybody through to a live multi-crew demo.
Yeah, at
And
no point did I think it was actually going to work. Not that
Because a week before this thing, it was
God, it was-
it was terrifying. It'd be like, okay, we have it roughly working, but if you make sure you don't move left or you fall through the floor, and 5 times out of 7 you die when you try to get into the retaliator, and it was amazing watching it come together so quickly.
I figured the demo would actually work, technically, but it was just the concept of having all of these, having that many computers running at once on a stage and trying to
In another
juggle
country.
all those feeds.
Yeah, another country.
That's the part I thought this is not. There's no way.
On top of that,
Unless Lando pulls
it
off.
was the hottest day in Germany on
Dude.
record.
Oh my god.
I cannot emphasize enough how hot it was. Also, there's no air conditioning in that building. Just like my
Bless you.
experience of going through places in Germany while we were there's no air conditioning anywhere.
And Mr. Hennessy and I in a hot box
Oh, yeah.
above the computers under the stage lights. Yeah.
When I got off the stage, I was incoherent, about to pass out. Allie had to get me this giant bottle of water. Then I missed the rest of the presentation because it was not a good place for fat people.
The only place that was sort of comfortable was towards the exit, towards the back end, because there was a door that was open that had the smallest of a crossbreeds. So for the last 20 minutes of the presentation, I'm just standing back there with backers watching the presentation because I'd never seen it.
Yeah, but massive shout out to Hassan and Paul Vaden for all of their IT support, amongst many other things. They were basically did a little bit of everything for us.
Paul was on the verge of death.
Yeah, Paul was sick the entire time and still powered through. I'm so impressed with everybody. It's just insane.
Paul sat next to patient 0 on the airplane.
Yeah, evidently. If there's a zombie outbreak, blame Paul.
Why is Matt Sherman's hair so awesome right now? It's always that awesome.
Yeah.
Well, he's inherited the hair power of Rob Irving, and this is the new great designer hair.
Do you condition?
What?
Do you condition?
Yeah. Although it's just a shampoo conditioner in one.
You use a 2-in-1?
Yeah.
And you get those results?
This is the worst conversation we've ever
Is
had.
it volume enhancing?
No.
Oh my god. All right, let's answer
It's
some
that's
questions.
expression.
All right, that's all right.
One, I can-
We like to do a 15-minute intro. It is
I don't know
11:14,
if
so
that's
we
real
can
thing,
start
volume enhancing.
getting into
It sounds like
questions.
something I could
All right.
hear from-
Okay.
Yeah.
Any news on the CCU system? Yes, I was just talking to Turbulent about this yesterday. Basically, the front end is done. They're having some. They need to knock a few bugs out of the back end, and as soon as that's done, so no ETA, but it is closer than it is farther away.
Yes.
That is non-committal and answer enough for you.
What's the status on UEC melting?
We're still up in the air. Have not decided whether or not we're going to do that.
Yeah, it's not a technical issue. It's a
Well, there's some technical aspects to it. Doing that to the database has some issues. It's an amount of work issue. It's a game balance issue. It's an ongoing debate here. Our feeling is that it'll be more of an issue when we make some changes to the component system. Probably more likely to happen then. But it's not something that's going to happen today, tomorrow, next week.
INN just asked if anyone was going to be joining them for a viewing of Wing Commander tonight.
One Benjamin Lesnick will be.
Yes, I will plug that, I guess, again.
And don't pimp your stream during our stream.
What?
Come on.
They're not.
They're pimping their stream during our stream.
not.
Their stream nothing to do with our boss's movie, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's totally acceptable.
And my job is to give INN as much crap as I can.
All right, noted.
It's actually not.
That's not at all. Really, you should be helping them whenever you can. Yes, I will be. INN is going to be showing the Wing Commander movie tonight. I will be doing live commentary. You're going to learn some very, very uninteresting things. Should be fun. We've got some toys and stuff to show off. It's going to nerd out hardcore. 6 o'clock tonight, our time, on the INN stream.
Nerd out hardcore.
When will Glaive owners get LTI?
Early, they're going to have to run a script to change it, but it should be early next week.
That was a fun conversation. Where someone's like, "Why doesn't the Glaive have LTI?" I looked at him, I was like, "Yeah, why doesn't he?" He's like, "I don't know."
That's a good question that I will talk to Ben about afterwards.
What was the question?
What was the question?
I'm not going to repeat it.
You brought it up.
So, whoever had that good question,
Yeah.
we'll
Good
talk
work,
about it
someone.
afterwards.
It's a question for toast. How about that?
Well,
Da-da.
Matt, they talked about the new component system. Is there an update on how it's going right now?
I mean, it's a lot of work, so it's still coming along nicely, making a lot of really good progress on it. But it's just broad sweeping changes. So I mean, it's like the very first rollout of it is mainly going to be like a full overhaul on power plants, coolers, and shields, but it's going to be setting up the groundwork for everything we need going forward over the next few years. But it's going to be really cool. I'm also really excited once we get physically based damage and like the weapon resizing in, because then the guns are going to look right for the size against their ship, but the actual size and scale of things that we have planned out on the big end or on the largest end is going to be ridiculous. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff in the coming months, but like anything, it takes time to do right.
Sick.
Lots of questions about ships, and I have one big overarching answer for a lot of things right now. So our production guys, both the UK and here, are currently reworking our ship schedule to make it way more awesome. And while they're doing that, there's not a whole lot that we can say about any ship in particular, because they're making it so we get stuff bigger, better, faster, stronger, Yeah.
Other words.
Well, I mean, one of the nice things also with even some of this component stuff is we got now a lot more standard sizes for exactly, okay, what is a capital ship power plant going to be volume-wise, so when we're blocking these ships out, we can do less guesswork in our white box and really build out these right sizes, build out these right specs from the ground up. So it's going to be great.
Yeah.
You okay?
Basically, standard disclaimer for every RTV. If you're asking us when a ship is going to come out, that's not really something we can answer.
First of when it's done, 20XX.
Yep. Soon, TM.
Yeah.
Universal release.
So it's never going to be a question you're going to get an answer to on RTV. What else do we got going on? Questions about the Retaliator modules. There's a Q&A going up later today, so look out for that. We've had a thread in the official announcements, and we've pulled many questions, and that Q&A will go up today.
Kind of want
Yes.
to go into a little bit about the thought process behind it, though, Ben.
Sure.
You like?
Sorry, was the Retaliator thought process? Or?
Yeah, but by making it the pods instead of an actual. You know what I mean?
Well,
Very.
instead of variants. So I mean, it's like actual aircraft. Sometimes you'll have 7 different types of F-16s that you manufacture differently for different roles. Sometimes you'll have one base aircraft that you can convert to things easily. So this does not mean that variants are going away forever. It just means that some ships will have this sort of a modular system, and hopefully, I mean, the idea long term is that this system will be a little bit more than just every one ship has modules to swap around. Sometimes the modules might work on different ships. Imagine a theoretical medium bomber someday that has one slot for one of these retaliator modules. It gives us something to build around going forward. There's also some interesting stuff that's going to come out of it, but it is not to the death of variants, as I've seen some people say.
So no more variants.
The opposite of that.
You talked about open development for the SciTech HOTAS. What
Yes.
does that mean compared to our version of open development?
Well, we're going to find out. What they have told us is they're interested in sharing the whole process. We're already gathering feedback from our community for them, and they want to share it. They're going to show where they are at each stage of the way. But we'll see how it develops. I mean, my hope is that this is the first time kind of the CIG germ has infected another host. We'll see how it goes.
Are you aware that the new launcher doesn't load for some folks? Yes. We have a wonderful gentleman named Mr. Will Everett who is on top of all those kind of things.
Whose fault it is?
Nuts.
I saw another question earlier regarding the HOTAS, which is about the touchscreen that was on one of the versions.
Yes.
Can you guys elaborate a little more on what the functionality of that is?
So it would essentially be part of your cockpit interface. If you've ever seen the like the VDU or HUD add-ons that some companies do, where that time with like Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I plug like my navigation screen or my map screen or whatever, and it'll display separately from the game. It'll be the same for Star Citizen, so part of your ship control panel would appear right there on the touch screen, and you'd Star Citizen it up. I think in the demo we have it's one of the Retaliator multi-crew stations. So
Is there anything we can say about the animation retargeting that they talked about in ATV?
What, the stuff for Star Marine?
Yeah, having to redo the 3,000
Yes,
animations?
yes. It's not quite redoing 3,000 animations, but it's targeting for the new rig. I think on Monday we did the FPS module update. They said we would have a future update when we knew exactly what the timeline for that was going to be. What's his name? Guy in Austin, producer
Hutchins.
Jason
Jason
Hutchins. Sorry, Jason Hutchins. Jason Hutchins is working on the next one of those updates as we speak. So we will know more when we get that, and we'll share it with you.
Jason Hutchins, who looks like me in 10 years.
Jason Hutchins looks cooler than you.
Yeah, wait.
Well, I'm going to get cooler in 10 years. You
I don't know.
got to give me a chance.
I feel like your life is
you've already
probably...
peaked coolness.
Yeah, my life did peak
In
coolness.
fact, you might be going downhill in coolness.
Oh,
picture.
correct.
I have a picture. Let's see, the question. Why was the tutorial locked out of the Gamescom free flight code?
That is a strong we don't know, but we're looking into it now. I got another message about that this morning.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional.
I don't think it was intentional at all.
Unless it was like a last minute fix.
Yeah, maybe it broke some other thing. We'll find out.
Is Asperia and Aspera supposed to be the same company?
I sent a panicked email to Dave Haddock right before the presentation with exactly that question. Asperia is the updated name. Aspera is thrown out the airlock. So it should be Asperia with an IA.
Yeah. There's me and Jason Hutchins.
Oh yeah, Ben, where's the
See?
Pilgrim Cross?
What? This one?
You will not believe you are different people.
No,
Someone asked where it was.
Lando's trying to say that he's
okay.
going to look like Jason
Let's
Hutchins
see,
in 10 years and be just as cool.
What sort of features will the social module have? Can my friends visit my hangar right away?
So it does have multiple. You can share ArcCorp together. I'm not sure about shared hangars. We will find out. I heard they did a demo and a test in Austin a couple days ago. They had I think like every single computer they could get it on playing together fine. So stuff's going well there.
Yep. Will the Glaive get an Asperia themed HUD AI?
TBD, but likely there'll be some hints of that.
Thank you, Beatnik. Celebrity crush. I'm not a celebrity.
What?
Somebody said that I'm their celebrity crush and they're
Aw.
complimenting me on my goth gear.
Lando, how high from lack of sleep and caffeine were you when you gave some of these Gamescom interviews? I was so tired I went back around the bend. So I was pretty manic. A lot of folks say I was drinking it. There's no alcohol involved.
Just the sweet, sweet drug that is Star Citizen development.
Pretty much. Will the Banu Merchantman be nerfed to meet its original $250 price point?
No.
No.
If we undercharge for ship, that's your benefit, not our loss.
No.
Ships are balanced more around what they're needed to do and not the price that we sold them for. Really.
Yeah.
What are SIG's plans for Dragon Con? What day will you be running panels and events?
So I will be at Dragon Con Thursday through Monday. The Star Citizen Q&A, which is our big show there, will be, I believe it is Saturday early evening. I'm on at least 2 other panels, more generic, community management, game design-y type stuff, which I think are on Fridays and Sunday. We'll post a whole schedule for everybody on the site probably next week. But ordinary panels, and we'll probably do like a get-together with folks if they're interested. I think last year Backrow organized folks going out to a bar together, and it was a lot of fun. And we'll do that again for sure if we can.
We do need to force you to watch anime stream.
Yeah, we do need
It is a
to.
social deficiency.
Yeah.
Social deficiency, I like that term.
Absolutely. No other way to.
Was the Idris flyover at the end of the demo an actual pilot or scripted?
That was scripted. That was a track view, basically telling it to fly over the map at the end.
I was going to mess with you a little bit. He saved you. Yeah, it was scripted. I was going to do a whole thing about how a magician never reveals the secrets.
Sorry, I've seen movies.
Nope, we are not magicians. We reveal our secrets.
Pretty much the same.
What's the time frame for the game to get female characters? Kid characters and, of course, bearded characters.
No, female characters first. You'll be seeing a lot more of the customization stuff later this year as we move into PU updates rather than AC updates.
How long till you guys start looking, thinking, planning CitizenCon?
Now.
Already.
Now, yes.
Sandy was over there. She's still over there, actually.
She's on her way back now, I believe.
She was checking out the venue yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, we were
All the days
discussing
run
plans
together.
for CitizenCon the Saturday following the eWork event. So
Yeah, we were at dinner. We were at our celebratory
Yeah.
dinner. We were supposed to be relaxing, and we ended up talking about CitizenCon.
yeah,
It's a good dinner.
Aaron
It was a-
Roberts. It was
took a
good
while,
dinner. Aaron
but it was
Roberts
good.
was talking about planning CitizenCon during the presentation when he was saying, or no, after the presentation.
When we get studio updates from German Almost ATV, we're still trying.
We'll try, yeah.
Still trying.
Sent him an email Tuesday.
Yeah. The important thing, and you can look at every single ATV segment and have this idea in your head. We don't force or compel anybody to be on the show. These folks are here to work. They're here to build the game. If they can find some time in their day to help us out with the show, we appreciate it, but we don't compel anybody.
Some people just straight up don't want to be on camera, and you can't force them to be on camera.
We could, but it would be a really bad interview.
Yeah. Will there be any other sales before CitizenCon?
For
Yep.
sure. We've got a couple of ships coming down the pipeline, including the Endeavor, the Crucible, the variants for the Vanguard. And as those are ready, we will make them available.
Is CitCon going to be streamed? That is our intention, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, stream.
Still working out the internet availability at the venue.
Internet.
Woo!
Woo!
Speaking of which, remind me immediately following this to start sending emails to people on that.
No. Alright.
Well, since I said it out loud now, I'll remember.
Nice.
I don't think there's any idea on when you can get your grubby hands on the Star Citizen HOTAS. It's still very early in the process.
Yeah, it'll be late next year probably.
Yeah, we don't. It'll be a while before we even get our demo units here.
Yeah, the one
So.
that was up on this stage was just a prototype. I don't think it functions. It was,
It doesn't work.
Any updates on the status of the star map? It looks cool.
It looks awesome.
It looks really cool.
yep, I said chat the other day. That was my exact answer. And then to answer Beat 101 UK, we are very likely not going to be releasing any more CitizenCon tickets. We're sold out and currently at capacity. If we released any more tickets, it would be not great. Because there wouldn't be enough space for people.
What else is going on?
Is Chris actually good at coding?
Yeah.
Chris is amazing at coding.
He made games on his own for a while.
Yeah. That's how he got here.
He was working during the Gamescom stuff,
Yeah.
just like, okay, let me take a look at that, and just trying to get the demo working. So he's totally hands-on.
Yeah, he's the guy who comes up in back of your back and redoes everything for you. No, Chris. One of the stories I'd heard about Chris over the years was kind of the generic. Oh, he just wants to make movies. He doesn't care about making games. He didn't do anything when we came out, or 3 or 4 and whatever. Couldn't be further from the truth. He loves making movies, but he is a coder at heart also.
Great, James. Now I can't see.
Can't you get a bigger venue for a sitcom? This is actually the biggest venue for sitcom we've ever had.
Yep. We will continue to try to get bigger every year, but nobody wants to spend some crazy amount of money on an impossibly huge venue and have nobody show up.
On top of that, we want to spend your money making a game that you love instead of throwing giant parties that don't actually get any work done.
And I say that as someone who attended the Ultima Online World's Fair, which rented out the entire Austin Convention Center for a couple hundred people.
If you build it, they will come thing doesn't necessarily work in real life.
Unless it's McDonald's.
Yeah, that's true.
I do wish McDonald's were still here.
Has anyone seen McDonald's in a business? The answer is no.
So a few weapon questions I'm seeing popping up a couple times. So for AC 2.0, we're not sure what, if any, new weapons will be getting added into the game. There's a lot of rework going on with physically based damage that's going to be impacting all of our weapons. So even if you guys are seeing like the intrepid data miners out there going through our code and seeing like, oh, there's this XML or this XML, don't rest on that data thinking that's going in as is. Everything's going to be updated for all these new systems. So we want to get more weapons out to you as soon as possible because that stuff really changes up the gameplay, but it's not the quickest thing. Then the second one regarding the glaive, possibly getting retrofitted to use human parts. I wouldn't expect anything like that in anything in the near future. Vandal weapons and their ships are very distinct to human ships. In the grand long term, won't rule it out completely, but for the near term, and at least through getting like all physically based damage out, Vandal ships use Vandal weapons.
Yeah. And for the purpose of an effective aggressive craft, you want it using the weapons that you're going to be facing, as a design point. So.
Let me apologize for keeping at my phone. There's a point in the day that's when Chris is on email and you get just Chris email. Usually that's later in the day. And there's a point in the day where you get Sandy email. That's usually starting around 5 a.m. But since they're both in Europe, it's a rare eclipse where they're both emailing at the same time, and that time is right now. So
it's a fun time.
Sandy sent me an email at 3 a.m. asking me why I wasn't asleep. Sandy sent me an email at 3 a.m. this morning asking me why I wasn't asleep. So,
why weren't you asleep? You responded at 3 in the morning.
I was responding to her emails.
A likely story.
What else we got? When Foundry 42 gets Squadron 42 finished, will it focus its resources on completing the PU, or will it move directly on to Squadron 42 Episode 2?
Each according to their own abilities. The cinematics guys there will likely move on to the next single-player stuff. Ship guys may be freed up to do more caterpillars and merchantmen and all that stuff you are eagerly awaiting.
Will we always just get in a ship and fly, or will there eventually be a pre-flight check?
So that's something I've actually gone back and forth talking with Calyx about. There's a certain level of that would definitely be cool to have, and he's very much wanting to have, some of the interactive cockpit stuff that you do see in games like DCS and Road System, but not to the point where that becomes the standard interaction, and everything else is keyed around that. So it's very much something we're gonna have to go back and forth on, try out a few different implementations, see what's gonna fit right and play well in our game, while still adding to the ships and making sure it feels like, oh cool, I'm really doing stuff to get my ship flight ready, to get off the ground into space, flying around. How that expands out and how that gets built out is still up in the air.
Hi, Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. Hello, Ryan. If the glaive is made by humans, why does it have the glitchy UI interface of the scythe?
Shut up. That's why.
It's because it's iterative game development. The ship was ready before the UI was.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, news to say, Imperium didn't do the recode
Yeah.
for the scythes, and
Yeah.
it's like, hey, the only way we can get their replication tech going is really to, replicate the bad bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume what Asperia does is makes like their equivalent of DOSBox that then tries to run the Vandal software.
We don't know much about Asperia yet, but ultimately,
box,
the important thing to remember is that there isn't a single aspect of what you're playing that's finished.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So.
historically, even in wartime, different countries have ripped off each other's equipment, and they've copied it all the way down to like copyrights and stamps and trademarks and words
Yes.
which they don't understand.
Oh yeah, you
You've
ever
got
hear this?
Russian copies of British stuff, Chinese copies of Russian stuff. Like the U.S. ripped off the Bofors cannon in World War II, the 40mm AA gun, and they took everything from the Swedish blueprints, and it didn't fit in Imperial measurements. So people are copying stuff all the time, and they sometimes just they don't change things even when you think it's obvious that they should.
You ever hear about the Russian copy of the B-29? They copied it from an example that landed in Russia. So all the the Russians think was the Tu-4, I forget, P-50, I don't know. But every Russian version has the exact same imperfections as the lone example that they copied it from. The missing screw here and whatever, just because they didn't want to deviate from what they were copying.
Sophine, I saw your question. Send me a PM in the forums, and we'll get that sorted for you.
Don't do it.
What's up with Sony and Fiendish Feather? They're probably referring to his Danger Zone video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got shut down because he used the Top Gun music in his video. But it lives on in Wonderful World of Star Citizen number 3 on our channel with Pedro Camacho. Pedro, how do you say his middle name?
Camacho.
His middle name.
No.
Macedo. Pedro Camacho's music under it. So.
So sorry, Sony sucks.
Yeah, Sony sucks.
Yeah, look what they keep doing to Spider-Man.
What are you talking about? They give him back.
Did
Yes,
they?
now he's a young British boy.
No, they're sharing it. It's not. They didn't give it back.
Yeah.
Sony's still making the movies.
Yeah,
But Marvel still has like some more control now. Like,
Yeah.
Yes. They're sharing.
Sharing's caring.
Yeah, but they're bringing in.
Oh, I just realized I was wearing this. By the way, at Gamescom, we gave away these cool little pins. They're cool.
No.
It's a new
The other way.
And it's not Miles Morales.
All right,
And I'm
question.
gonna have some of those pins at Dragon Con if somebody comes up to me and is like, I need a pin! I will give you one as long as I saw one.
Some ships will need a larger hangar bay. Starfire, Merchantman, Carrack, 890 are larger bays in the works.
Yes.
I still like the shut up, that's why. This is my favorite answer of all time.
What else we got?
Highway to the danger zone.
Now we're gonna get taken down.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, and for those who asked why the Twitch playback suddenly went quiet for an hour, that's because we faded in some of the local DJ's music and Twitch smashed us. So, but you still watch the full presentation with all of the audio on YouTube. But that's what happened to the Twitch version.
Yep.
And that's why we couldn't do a simple export, and I was there till 4 o'clock in the morning doing a more robust one because we lost the audio on the Twitch one. Can we get integrated voice control like that offered by Voice Attack in Star Citizen?
So we're certainly looking at all sorts of voice control stuff. My conversations with Chris have been that it has to be something that makes sense. I remember adding Game Commander, not our Game Commander, but the Game Commander software.
The old Microsoft device.
Yeah,
right?
for and it had a profile for Wing Commander, and you could tell it autopilot, fire missile, and that's not a fun space simulator. You don't tell your airplane what to do. So as long as it makes sense,
You definitely.
airplane fly left.
Yeah, make that meme.
Hello,
An
Blizzard.
airplane. You
Hello,
don't tell
Blizzard.
you.
And one thing also that's kind of odd, at least to me from a design standpoint on things, especially like voice attack, is realistically there's no difference between voice attack and auto hotkey. So it also becomes a question of really how much do you guys want the game to be macroed out? Because if I can do 5 program commands as a single voice attack prompt, I can do those 5 commands as a G key macro or some other device macro. And does everyone want the game to become automated like that? Do you want to take any choice and skill out on that side of it versus having that reactive in the moment stuff? So, and like Ben said, that's just about making sure however it's implemented makes sense and feels right for the game as a whole.
Yeah, that exact reason is why you can't make strings of spellcast macros in World of Warcraft anymore, is because it took away all of the skill required and people were just exploiting the crap out of it in PvP.
Yeah.
So I've always thought that the way to do one of the things that takes you out of Wing Commander is the communication process, ordering your wingmen around, C and pick, attack target, C, withdraw, that's what I would replace with voice stuff, the wingman controls, but ordinary cockpit controls, not so much.
Play the game better.
Yeah, just play better.
Just play better.
Yeah.
Don't suck.
Yeah,
Now
you
stuff
don't
that's
suck.
like one command, one action, like that stuff, that totally makes sense. Those are good options to have when it does make sense. But when it's
Yeah, but
one command, 12 actions, it's like, well,
Yeah.
That's garbage.
It is
you didn't
garbage.
learn to
Garbage,
balance your
Sherman.
ship. You learned to copy a script.
Which is what I use.
I Jumbify, we don't have an answer for that yet.
Get skill.
Get skilled.
Females, will there be differences in the genders other than look, like strength, G resistance, amount of ammo carried?
TBD. That's a minefield, and I'm not stepping in it.
Will we be able to taunt enemies in the PU?
Yes,
You
that's
have to, actually.
a huge aspect of any Chris Roberts game is taunting people.
It's a requirement.
And also working for Chris Roberts.
I try not to taunt people, but I think my existence annoys some.
I think pretty much the original Wing Commander invented taunting in games. I'll go that far.
And then to reiterate the answer from about ships earlier, we're reworking our schedules. We don't have any specific answers on ships right now. That's all in the powerful hands of our production team. We're redoing it to make it bigger, better, faster, more awesome. So please be patient.
What is the note in James's hand?
I have my
Oh,
class.
it's his card key, Chelsea. That was Chelsea asking.
Oh,
I
wait.
think he keeps forgetting his desk and needing people to let him in the office.
Yes.
No, it's just me talking bad about Chelsea on my
He-
hand. Just
Yeah.
He just does that because he's lonely.
Also, oh my god. Also, Chelsea, invite me to your guild. Dang it.
Yeah, me too. No, never mind. I won't play.
Will the glaive get a buff in Arena Commander? Balance is ongoing.
Yeah,
So-
balance is ongoing. One thing I can actually say on that, we were looking at some of the Vandal weapons, so not the glaive in general, and we were noticing the lifespan on the projectiles was a bit too short for our liking, so we are looking at that, so the shots will exist a bit longer, which will also give it a bit more travel time. Any more specific than that, we're still looking at, but yeah, balance ongoing.
Will you be able to change the color of the UI to accommodate for color blindness? I've seen Zane's mock-ups of this. It is in the works. Eventually there will be a whole set of color scales. All of his UIs are built in modular segments, so you'll be able to take emergency warnings and regular status warnings and frames and borders and color them all as you see fit. So not today, not tomorrow, but he is working on the technology. I've seen it. So maybe someday. What mechanics will be applied to prevent players from stuffing a starship with more people than the design intends?
Well, there's all sorts of things you can do there. Just physically, inability to stuff a ship is one, but
Life support.
life support is a big one for limiting it.
But
You got
it'll,
20 people in a box. There's enough air for 3 of you. Time to play cold equations.
unless you guys are all clowns, and in which case the system recognizes. And you
Well,
can
we don't
shove
want to. We don't want to talk
fire
about our clown rolling system yet.
Yeah, we're not ready. We're not prepared yet.
Our second NPC class will be clowns. I'm going to go ahead and confirm it right now. We're like, we don't want women to play this game. Let's
No,
clowns.
clowns are gross and terrifying
Yes.
and awful.
Ben, is it time to talk
Hey,
about our
keep that at the
long-term
right
horse
moment,
strategy?
What's that?
Is it time to talk about our long-term horse strategy?
No, it's not time to talk about our long-term horse strategy.
Space whales.
I always appreciate will it fit videos though. So you try cramming as much people in. I want to see videos where you see how fast the life support deteriorates the more you cram into a multi-crew ship.
The headline from this will be Disco Lando tells Star Citizen community, cram it!
Have you guys met Jeremiah yet?
They will soon.
Hey, Jeremiah.
Hello,
He's one of
Jeremiah.
our concept artists. He's particularly awesome.
Yes,
And he did an interview, I think, this week.
it's for next week.
Next week? Okay, so you'll be hearing
Spoiler.
more. Spoiler. I'm not telling them what's in
Way
it.
to ruin it. Ship shape. I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I'm supposed to
Let me read you
job.
the transcript.
Good job, ship shape.
I don't feel bad about this. You can say that all you want.
Hey, how's your cat?
Not dead.
Awesome.
I thought my cat was dead.
Not
because-
dead? Well,
No,
how's
so I
that-
thought I was worried my cat was dead because I hadn't seen her in a few weeks, which is really abnormal.
Oh.
And then she showed up the other day, so I think she just doesn't like the cat treats that we bought.
I'm just not okay with like a status of your cat being not dead.
Oh, exactly.
It's not
seen her
her
for a few
cat.
weeks. I think what happened is my cat got like sick of my Gamescom schedule and was like, I'm not staying up this late.
Yeah.
Crafty cats.
Yeah.
More in-engine pictures of the Idris or Holo viewer soon.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Uh-huh. Oh, was
It's-
that I was reading stuff.
Oh, no, it's just, I was just saying we formed the guy.
I saw a question about the Prowler. It has not been assigned an artist yet. It will be a contractor. We want to do a little bit of extra work on this one because we're kind of establishing a lot about the Tavarans. So it's going to take longer, but it'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited. The Tavarans are the race that interests me the most.
I was answering questions on the Ask a Dev thread more often before Gamescom, and I sort of took a break. There's also a bunch of them on there that I need to wrangle other people to answer. Not this guy, he's been awesome, but there's some stuff that like I need the UK to chime in, etc. So I am chasing people on that, but there was definitely a lull for Gamescom. I also spoke to, talked to and actually speak in person. The guy who mods that thread and just about how to manage it and stuff. And I was saying, I know that you like to clean stuff up and keep questions from not sitting around too long. And I was like, we be a little more generous with this one because we have to get really busy people in here more often and try to keep questions around for like 2 or 3 weeks before we delete them. So still on my radar, but Gamescom kind of put everything else in the back burner.
Yeah, that's kind of the case for, I don't know, everybody. Everything here
And
was...
this week is like half back to normal because there's a bunch of high priority stuff that we were like, we'll just do it the week after Gamescom.
Yeah.
So we're getting all that stuff out of the way too.
A question for
When's our next deep dive?
Next deep dive would probably be with the Endeavor. I can't say when that is, but we'll look at the science stuff. There will be more in the future. We've got to get past game. When we're past Gamescom now, we just have to. Yeah, we gotta gather our forces. Yeah.
Someone asked about the constellation redesign. We don't have any like big news that's like fancy enough to be worth sharing and getting excited over, but we have nonstop had Josh Coons and Chris Smith working on that in Texas, and they're plugging away. They're doing a good job. So.
And of course, you saw some of that in the.
Yeah.
Chelsea
demo.
has a fantastic question for our lovely Stacy. Come on. Stacy is our new, what's your official title?
Facilities manager.
Our facilities
Yeah, she's
manager,
awesome.
and she can answer the question on how our new office is coming. You gotta use your outside voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
How the new office is coming? Well, I don't entirely know what the timeline is, but we're back on And we're looking at a couple of the renders. So right now, Forrest and Eric are designing some of the artwork that's going up in the office, and we're selecting like the spaceship doors, implementing security. So we're gonna have badges that open doors remotely. And the experience is probably going to involve like entering the building, walking past my office, which is the lobby, and then having the spaceship door open.
I'm
That's
just gonna
pretty
refer to
rad.
the lobby as your office. From
That's
now on.
so
Also,
rad.
I'll be the jerk, so Stacy doesn't have to. It's Stacy with an I. I see a lot of people saying hello to you.
Oh,
You're spelling
snap.
it wrong.
All right.
I'm just helping you out.
Just so you know, I'm not accountable if my name's not spelled right. My name's really close.
I don't care. I'm just trying to help you out.
No. You have a good point there.
Yeah. Among other things, she has also upgraded our snack selections. in our
Oh
kitchen.
yeah, thank goodness for you.
Hey, Costco ran out of Coke?
Yeah, it happens in August in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Marketing move out of the basement and have its own floor in the new office.
We're not in a basement.
Basement-y thing here.
So I'm seeing like a lot of people talking about the caterpillar. So even though I don't have a ton of detailed, satisfying information, I'm going to address it. Alyssa told me, she was with me when I came down, that you guys already talked about how we aren't going to give any like super detailed schedule stuff right now, because one of the things that was put on the back burner for Gamescom was something reliable ship schedule wise after that, because we had projections, but it all kind of depended on how a few Gamescom things went. I think I have seen it on at least like one of the drafts that's been floating around as like one of the next several. So I think I've said before, we always have what we're working on, like the next few, and then, you know, not even on my radar. I think it's probably going to be somewhere in the second category, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have a little bit more information.
I will say that Chris was involved in the process, and it is one of the ones he has asked for. So, when backers ask, we hear, where's the caterpillar, where's the caterpillar, where's the caterpillar? When Chris Roberts asks, where's the caterpillar, it's more serious. So, we'll have an update for you soon.
Someone was asking about an interesting question for the bigger ships. Have you thought about doing something called exterior ready, where even if the interior of the ship isn't ready, just putting it in the hangar so you guys can walk around the outside? I've never heard that before, so to my knowledge, no, we haven't considered it, but I'll bring it up with some people and see if we think it's a good idea.
We have been talking about that for some of the ships, especially like the Idris, where it won't necessarily fit in the hangar. We've talked about doing like a fly around of just the hull, TBD on all that.
Here's the current status of the caterpillar.
CR asked me to ask you, where is Harold? First of all, I don't believe you, but second of all, we have Paul Forty and Dan Kamensky working on it upstairs right now.
Dennis Hyde.
Dennis.
Dennis is a paladin, guys.
True.
No.
Dennis,
Don't get him started.
But
on
he
that.
is a paladin. Yeah.
Dennis
I
is
know.
the last
It
real.
doesn't
Dennis
make
is the
sense.
last real paladin in the world.
He fights for
I
good
played
and light.
a D&D campaign once. It did not go well. I died pretty early because I was like, I forget what it was. I think it was a drow. It was like, cast some sort of spell, like so you couldn't detect my alignment and what I looked like. I was just trying to be like ridiculous. I was like, I don't give a, you know. And there's a paladin in our group, but I totally tricked him for a while. I don't even know how that happened.
This is why I love her so much. She gets it, man.
Really, controller subform's a good idea.
Have you had a chance to think about a controller subform instead of the Katamari?
Oh yes, I love having that discussion. We could do a subform if you think there's enough unique topics in there. I have no problem with that.
We'll kick it
In
around.
fact, it will be good for feedback probably for SciTech. So
Yep.
we'll look at it.
No, we'll kick it around. And really kick it around. We'll take a look at it next week.
Be mean to it.
Here's a question that's for you. Can we have damaged and non-functional components on your ship? That's actually probably a better question for more details for Matt, but I know that we are planning on doing like damage for components and all that kind of stuff. You probably won't see that the first time you see like, you know, components rolling out in the hangar and like the first release of all the new stuff we're going to do for you guys. But that is something we're going to be doing.
You actually saw it during the multi-crew demo when the Retaliator's quantum drive component became damaged.
Yep.
And we hadn't implemented the ability to repair it yet. So
You'll see
yes.
It's happening. You'll see it.
Yes, damaged components is very real.
Well,
And
no,
it
you were
works.
asking about where to see it. though.
Yeah.
And I-
Oh, yeah, where to physically see it? That I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, now you're just gonna squeeze in some.
There you go.
Anyone want to join a crime syndicate? No.
I'm already starting a pirate crew.
Who wants
Back
to
off
fight a
my
crime?
stuff.
Dennis does.
Dennis is too good to be in a crime syndicate.
dude.
Will voice chat be built into the social module soon? Not soon.
Not soon.
First Evil, I handed over all of the stuff that was in my backpack, and I think the cordial is in there, but I haven't had any yet.
What's a cordial?
Some of the I forget who gave it to us, but one of them gave, I think, Alexis or myself some cordial, and I threw it in my backpack and flew, and then just handed everything to Alexis.
I will say, someone gave us a can of space lube. If it was Narf, Narf gave us a can of space lube. It did not make it through security. I'm sorry.
Someone else has joined us.
Oh, for once the TSA saved us from
Visiting from the UK, right?
Austin.
Wow. That is really creepy.
Oh my God.
That is very creepy.
So creepy.
All right, 3 minutes. Do.
Will there be any primitive races that use biological ships?
Or someone's asking what kind of mask that is.
It's a bad mask. It's a bad mask.
Okay, gotcha. Someone was asking if it's maybe they meant to say skeleton, but they said skeleton, which is hilarious because they have an art director named, with the last name Skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Who does not look like that.
The flesh mask.
It's not skeleton, it's dead.
Let's see.
Well, let's get one last great question before we wrap this up.
What do the Xi'an get out of the tech exchange with Misk? Will we see any exotic human tech in alien ships?
Can't say more than that, but
Exotic human tech. confirmed.
Exotic human tech. All right. Are you planning to remake the Aurora?
I am not.
We'll probably let some designers do that.
Yeah, there will be updates. Nothing is final right now. But one thing I've heard is a lot of people are like, oh, you're getting rid of variants. What about my Phoenix? What about my LN? We're not getting rid of variants. Those are still going to be ships that exist.
Yeah. Also,
Same role, no change.
I'm going to be a jerk to end this because I've seen a lot of people asking their questions in all caps. We don't respond to all caps. Both of the chats move very quickly, and we answer as many questions as we possibly can, but don't yell at us.
Yeah, basically,
Jeez, that's a downer.
yeah, basically, my question selection process is I ask questions I know we have a good chance of having the answer to. If I know we have no chance of having the answer to that, that's
Then
why it
I
doesn't get
answer
asked.
those and I tell you guys no.
So if you wonder why questions get skipped or whatnot, that's why.
And with that, there's going to be some good stuff later today. We're kicking off a Merlin free fly. Which, by the way, and I'm just going to admit this right now before it makes it out. I accidentally called the Merlin the Nugget.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
James is very amused by that. But yes, Merlin free fly. It may actually already be working, so get out there and AC it up. The AC free fly we're extending to the 24th because of the tech issues we had early on. Bring your friend, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your cats. Let them try Star Citizen. We've seen an incredible increase in the number of folks playing because of this. So and it's great data for our DevOps folks and everybody else. Keep them coming. What else is going on? Later today, we're going to have the Q&A about the Retaliator modules. It's not our sexiest Q&A, but it'll have some of the info you guys are looking for. You can still pick up a Retaliator module through Monday if you would like to build your perfect Retaliator. I'll also note that those aren't the last Retaliator modules. We have some others in the pipeline you'll be seeing in the future. We're going to have a Star Marine update as soon as Jason Hutchins finishes his weekly review. Hopefully more information about animations in there. What else is today?
Your Wing Commander?
6 o'clock on INN. I will be talking through the Wing Commander movie, pointing out all sorts of trivia, talking about what the hell happened there, that sort of thing. We've got some toys for show and tell. Should be fun. Tune in.
It's about 6 hours from right now, actually.
6 hours from right now. Yeah.
So, if you have time zone confusion.
No, 7 hours from right now, right?
No, it's 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6.
2, 3, 4,
Okay,
5.
you're
Yeah.
6. Okay, I'm not good at math
Or time.
or time.
We are hosting, after this, we're hosting INN, right?
Yes, I think
James?
we're hosting their big special. on our stream, or you can go to INN Live for their stream.
That's it.
It'll be fun.
That wraps up this week's RTV. Thanks for watching, guys. Jared, that's Ben, that's Alyssa, that's Justin, that's Stacy, that's Dennis, that's James, and that's Ed.
Ted.
Ted.
Or we have
Harrison Bergeron.
Ted visiting from Austin.
Thanks for watching, guys.